More than a game, I've been all caught a wave, going up all the way, gotta go, I can't wait, put the city on my back, full speed across the map, say the world, no cap, all I know is gotta go fast, I've been on the run, ain't no slowing me up, winning, got the rings and now I'm running it up, gotta go fast, gotta go fast.
Look, I don't think I even have to tell you how excited I am as a longtime Sonic fan. But I will anyway. The 2021 Game Awards are full of dope surprises and deserved praise to the developers of these games that mean so much to so many people. On the blue front, the weeks leading up to the award show have been filled with Twitter threads of people speculating what games would be featured and what announcements would rock the gaming community throughout the rest of the year. For us Sonic fans, however, one thing has been on our minds since May. Well, maybe two things. Way back in the beginning of the year, Sonic kicked off his 30th anniversary celebration and we ate up all the love aimed at the Big Blue. We were given news on new projects such as the highly anticipated Sonic Prime show debuting on Netflix in 2022, the announcement of a symphony of Sonic music spanning his entire catalog of games, and a teaser for the sequel to the 2020 movie were just highlights of a bundle of news. But even with all that Sonic goodness, those weren't the main draws to the celebration. Certainly, 30 years is a milestone for any franchise, so why not top up Sonic's birthday cake with the perfect cherry? The most hyped and anticipated bumblings
Step forward now and fulfill your day.
The most hyped and anticipated bumblings amongst us fans, however, was the whispers of a new game in the works. At the very end of the live stream, Sonic Team released the first press footage of the next mainline title. Even if they left out the title itself. We were presented with an animation reel of Sonic running through a forest with no context, a symbol, and a release year. Even with so little, it felt like a wave of euphoria after the drought left by the last title back in 2017.
Yeah! Oh, better luck next time, buddy! Woo!
And 7 months later, we got a little more to fill our cups. After the news dropped, the gaming tabloids rushed to give those who may have missed it a slightly more in-depth taste. Game Informer writer Marcus Stewart states, Frontiers is an open-world game, or open zone as Sega describes it, developed by Sonic Team Japan and led by Sonic Forces and Sonic Lost Worlds director Mario Kishimoto. Sonic embarks on an adventure to the Starfall Islands, a collection of forests, deserts, waterfalls, among other biomes. End quote. An open-world Sonic game is really happening. Never thought I'd see Sonic Team actually take on an ambitious project. The excitement I felt from the very first teaser trailer has been stewing for like months now. As many have already pointed out, Frontiers gives off a Breath of the Wild, Shadow of the Colossus feel from the design alone. Now, as much as I love Breath of the Wild and admire the legacy of Shadow of the Colossus, I really hope Frontiers brings something of its own to the open world concept. It's a gameplay style that has grown into popularity over the past decade or so, I should say. Marcus continues. It's unsure what to expect, but based on the trailer, Sonic has some titanic opposition standing in his way. Fans of the Sonic comic book should be happy to know that Ian Flynn, head writer of the IDW's current Sonic the Hedgehog comic and former lead writer of the Archie comic Sonic series, is penning Frontiers' narrative. Now this, for me and many others, is the biggest draw to Frontiers. Ian Flynn has been writing for the series since the early 2000s on the comic side. From Archie, the longest running Sonic comic to date, to the current IDW run of the Hedgehog, Flynn is a writer well versed in these characters and knows how to utilize the wider cast of the stories and fans' overall appeal. While of course, he hasn't done this alone, he is certainly one of the best choices to pen this new era of Sonic. And yes, I said new era, because as it turns out, the previous writers are not returning for the future titles.
Oh, hell yeah!
A lot of people aren't that into the new run of the American Sonic comics, and for a lot of people, it stems from their love of the Archie run of these characters and wanting that line to continue. I, however, prefer the IDW run and where it's going. As of now, I'm not fully caught up on the comic, but best believe that in the future, once I catch up, I will definitely be covering them. So please, stick around if you want to hear my thoughts on that. So that, little nod to subscribe, so you can get all this goodness. But I digress. The previous era of writing has been a strong point of tension within the fan base when it comes to games. The previous writers, Ken Pontac and Warren Graff, who I just recently found out worked on Happy Tree Friends.
Oh!
Wrote for the game since 2011, getting their start with Sonic Colors, a game that just celebrated its 10th anniversary with the recolored master, has blessed the world with some of the most iconic Sonic lines.
Hey, Tails, you missed the BBBE.
Huh?
Best boss beating ever. So, has Yacker given you any more information or limericks or whatever it is he's spouting?
Funny thing, it was first translating as horrible body odor.
Eggman, I am going to save this planet, and I am going to free these aliens. No copyright law in the universe is going to stop me.
Or infamous, should I say. Spit roast aside, many fans have had issues about the plots, layouts, and especially the execution of the Pantograph era. Their stories left much to be desired of the characters and how they reacted to the plot happening. There's ongoing debate on how Sonic should be handled in terms of tone. Some prefer a more lighthearted, bad guy of the week type of writing that remains simple yet enjoyable like the original 2D games, whereas others want the Sonic world to be drenched in its lore and the characters to face more than what's going on in front of them. Games like The Black Knight, Unleashed, the adventure titles, and an inch of what Force is promised come to mind. In my opinion, I feel like Sonic works best when he's handled with maturity. Not that the world needs more blood and heavy material.
I'm making mac and cheese and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
But a balance between nuanced writing and innocent fun could be the niche that makes Sonic enjoyable for people of all ages. A perfect example that comes to mind is the episode of Sonic X where he becomes fast friends with a girl named Helen who's wheelchair bound due to an undisclosed illness. She dreams of going to an island with her parents to look at a field of flowers, but can't because they work so much to provide enough money to care for her and her medical fees. Meanwhile, The President of the United States wants to invite Sonic to his party in order to boost his own ratings. So Sonic, being the Chad he is, takes Helen to the island himself, and the two have an adventure of their own.
Well, we almost made it.
I really do love my mom and dad. They're so good to me. That's why they work so hard, so that I can have everything I need. They make sure I have the best doctors, the best medicine. Even this wheelchair must have cost them a lot of money. There's only one thing I want more than anything, though, and that's to spend more time with them and have more fun. But I had lots of fun today, Sonic. I've never been so excited in my whole life.
I have a feeling we're both in for a little more excitement.
Huh? I'm ready if you are.
Okay.
Go!
That is probably one of my favorite moments in Sonic's entire history. If you haven't seen the episode, I highly recommend you check it out and experience it for yourself. There have been plenty of children's media that have handled hard-hitting topics without sacrificing the overall tone of the story. Kids are way more intuitive than the companies that make their products give them credit for. If Pixar can make a grown adult cry on an annual basis, Sonic can be given more respect in how he's portrayed and how he reacts to what's going on around him. You can get meaningful stories out of a blue, speedy hedgehog. It's been done before. I think Sonic works best with a little shonen inspiration. Sonic Frontiers is a huge leap forward for the franchise, delivering an evolved gameplay experience that can be enjoyed by longtime Sonic fans and action-adventure enthusiasts alike. Takashi Iizuka, creative officer at Sonic Team USA, said in a release, Sega originally announced Sonic Frontiers in May as part of the Sonic Central livestream to celebrate the franchise's 30th anniversary. The developers didn't announce the title then, but they did tease the game with the cinematic trailer showing the blue hedgehog running through a forest. The team also confirmed that the game would be coming to the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows PC, Xbox One, and the Xbox Series X. End quote. Look, I'm all for buying this game 3 separate times to experience the story in however many ways if Ian Flynn is at the helm. Seriously, Sega, you keep upgrading and I'll happily go broke for Sonic. And yet, on everyone's mind when we saw the Game Awards trailer, wow, this high definition grass is next level. Where's the gameplay? What kind of mechanics are we going to see? Open world? How is Sonic going to handle? They showed us practically the same as the Central, just with more grass. Looking deeper, on the game's official website, we get some more information on the kinds of scenery we'll be able to explore. The website states, an experience like never before. Accelerate to new heights and experience the thrill of high-velocity open zone freedom. Battle powerful enemies as you speed through the Starfall Islands. Landscapes brimming with dense forest, overflowing waterfalls, sizzling deserts, and more. End quote. There's a lot of nothing except for the cosmetics on this website. Gameplay style aside, this is giving me Forces flashbacks. If it's an open world map, imagine if Supersonic was playable. Just a thought. If Supersonic is playable in this game, not just for boss battles, but in general, I really hope we're able to unlock his form and then activate him at will throughout the map. Just the thought of being able to travel in an open world as Supersonic is everything I've ever wanted in an open world Sonic title. Of course it had to be nerfed to some extent, so it's not OP off the rip. But before that, the biggest question is how base Sonic is going to feel to control. With the possibilities available in an open world, how do you make the player feel like they have full handle on the character? Especially one where speed and momentum is most important. How do you get fulfilling gameplay in a huge map that doesn't then feel small with the playable character being able to traverse its entirety in a few frames? We actually might have a point of reference from a past Sonic game already. even if it's just DLC. Back in the begotten year of 2013, Sonic traveled to Hyrule in search of the Triforce. The DLC pack placed the Speed Demon in a hub-like world map that could be the precursor to the open zone levels that Sonic Team has briefly described about Frontiers. The areas are well spaced out. Sonic is able to traverse the semi-linear... Sonic is able to traverse the semi-linear level with ease. And the greenery in Hyrule fairly resembles a smaller scale version of the vastly different level design of the worlds we see in the trailer. The enemy layout and rupees, in place of rings, help to give life to the level and doesn't leave the world feeling empty, which was a complaint heard from some of the fans when the trailer first dropped. But remember guys, it's just a showcase of the kinds of backdrops we can expect to be placed in. The enemies and rings might have been omitted just to give the new design elements the spotlight. I'm sure over the next couple of months until the new year, we'll get more information on the kinds of enemies, mechanics, and gameplay styles the closer we get to that holiday 2022 release. We've all got this ringing in the back of our minds, and apparently it's ringing across the gaming tabloids. Game Informer's Marcus Stewart cites Solar Ash as his example of how he'd want Sonic Team to take a few cues. This is an experience all about the flow of movement. Ray, the game's speedster protagonist, controls like a dream. A lot of that is thanks to mapping her acceleration to a shoulder trigger, similar to a racing title. That makes her easy to control, and you know when to hit the gas and when to brake. The mechanic could work just as well with Sonic. Anyway, the most important thing about Solar Ash is how the level design focuses on maintaining and challenging your flow of movement. There's plenty of platforming, but the design allows you to avoid pitfalls while destroying enemies without needing to hit the brakes. The game also never takes control away. Even grind sequences require you to hold the button down to stay on track. This extends to environmental puzzles that challenge your speed, such as racing through an organic network of landmines to locate and kill a target. Solar Ash's approach to boss battles, which essentially boil down to speedrunning epic Shadow of the Colossus style battles, are fantastic tests of Ray's maneuverability. The tight attack windows simultaneously challenge your aim and reflexes in an awesome way. It's smart boss design for a speed-focused hero, and I would love to see Sonic expand on it. End quote. I really like this approach to how Frontiers gameplay could pan out, making sure that speed's rewarded by and weaved into the overall design of the playing style. Momentum has been a key factor in Sonic's style since '91. As time went on, the games pulled away from that style and brought in new ones that, while fun in their own right, never seemed to be polished enough to remain, nor built upon in future games. In my opinion, Sonic Team needs to bring back the momentum aspect. You would then get rewarded for building and maintaining your speed by being able to perform tricks and parkour elements that would then increase your time and overall score. It gives more of an incentive for you to get better at the game and have fun while doing so. Refine what works, and if you can't make it work, throw out what doesn't. But those are just my thoughts on Frontiers from the confirmed information we have so far. If you think I missed anything, or have more to say on what I've already covered here, hit me up in the comments below or at my Twitter. Probably follow and subscribe to stay updated alongside me on new Sonic topics. I'd love to know how you guys feel about an open zone Sonic game. That's all the news I got for today. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe to stay up to date on whatever Sonic news we've got cooking up. Until next time, I'm Bree, and I'll be back soon for the next Sonic topic. Audio done. Let's go. I'm so tired. Okay. I'm done. But those are just my thoughts on all about. God damn it. But hey, those are just my thoughts on all. But hey, those are just my thoughts on all the new Frontiers news. What are words? But hey, those I can't even. But hey, those are just my thoughts on the Frontiers news that got confirmed so far. But hey, those are just my thoughts on the God damn it. This for later on, around them.